I just have to say, I felt thrilled to find peonies in November at my local grocer's. So I just had to paint them. And so here I am making a shadow box. Well, I'm making a blue background for the shadow box because I have blue paint in parts of my house where I originally had my peonies, and I just liked the color behind them. So I have a little shadow box that I rigged up, and I'm gonna shine light through one side of it, and that will give it a nice shadow, because if I have my ceiling lights on, then I'm going to have like all these lights coming from different directions. So that's why I do that. And I'm really loving my glass palette. It's a tempered glass that I got from Dick Blick Art Store. And oh gosh, I'm obsessed with my glass palette, and will probably not use disposables anymore unless I absolutely have to, because I just love the tempered glass. Now I heard you can't just use regular glass because it'll scratch, and this is a tempered glass, and it's got like protection around the edges so you don't get cut. But yeah, I'm definitely enjoying it. So also, so many people have asked me to film my palette while I'm painting. Please be patient. That's why I included these photos for my camera. I'm just not set up in my tiny space to film both at the same time, but I'm working on it, I promise you. All right, and in the middle of this peony painting, I was baking bread. So every hour I had to go knead the bread. And this is a kind of slow dough that you just gently fold over. You don't pound it down and beat on it. So just had to keep track of time. All right, so I used the grid that I had talked about, a canvas that already comes with a grid on it. So, but I'm finding that I'm not even using grids. All these grid canvases I bought, I've just painted over. So I'm not sure that it serves its purpose. Maybe if I did some portrait painting, that would work for me. But yeah, I'm just using them. So also the sides of it now have the grid on it, so I'm gonna have to paint that, because now I would love to hear comments from artists about painting or not painting the sides of a canvas. I usually paint the sides because a lot of my clients like the option of being able to frame it and just have the sides really nicely finished. But then I know so many fine artists never finish the sides, even if you hang it without a frame. And to me, that's because it shows the work you're covering over part of the process when you paint the sides of the canvas. So it's more of a designer thing, I think, like not fine art to paint the sides of the canvas. Anyway, any thoughts would be welcome on that. I'll leave the comment section open. Sometimes I disable comments, but I'll leave it open because I'm curious about that. So yeah, so just various shades of gray for all these petals, but it's very abstracted. I'm just kind of doing the squinty eye thing. I don't actually squint my eyes. I just kind of go into a phased out look. I was a competitive swimmer, and I'm really good at shutting down. I used to literally go kind of like black out in the pool when you are like low on oxygen and you're still going at your all, and I'm able to go like that for a long time. So I'm literally able to black out while I'm not black out, but like I don't even have to squint to like unfocus my eyes. I guess I'm really good at focusing and unfocusing my eyes with my brain. So yeah, but a lot of people, they say just go ahead and squint when you need to blur your vision. And so that's what I'm doing, is just trying to pick out the darks and the lights, the warms and the cools of the peonies, because I'm not going to sit here and just meticulously paint every single petal. And I really like the effect with the very painterly style that I do. The magenta that I used for the sketching also kind of helps define the peonies and gives them some structure, because I think that's important. Without that sketching underneath, it would really, they'd be a little more lost in space. And so, yeah, and then I did it, as you saw, an underpainting. Part of the reason was I just needed to cover up those lines on this gridded canvas. And another reason is, as you can see, I'm leaving some of the glow of the blue behind the vase. And I really like that effect. I leave it very open and sketchy. And then also leave a lot of the skeleton or the bones of the structure of the sketch with the peonies in the background with the magenta sketching I did. So yeah, other than that, it's just pulling in some of the shadows and the highlights, and I exaggerate some of the colors, like the yellow in the table, and um, the leaves are a little lighter than they should be. What else? But yeah, it's just really loosely done, and I really like to paint peonies that way and just kind of capture the playfulness. To me, the peonies, honestly, when I got them, they were tightly folded. Within a couple hours in my house, they were completely open, and now they're starting. I knew I didn't even change the water in these because I knew as soon as I tipped it, the petals would start falling off. I can tell they're getting very, very heavy, and that's exactly what happened as soon as I changed the water after I painted this. Is some of the petals started falling off. So yeah, anyway, what else do I want to say about this? Or just chatting today. I closed my Instagram account. I had like almost 8,000 followers between two accounts, and um, some people have asked me why or what's the problem. Well, I am trying to be more private, and that's why I've deleted some of my videos where it's just me and my face. I'm trying to just be a little more. It's not. Yeah, just not put my face out there as much, but and focus more on my art, but also being face to face with people in real life instead of just on Instagram and Facebook and things like that. And so that brings up another subject is, you know, Instagram. That was kind of painful for me to leave because I had so many clients on there, and they would buy my art. A lot of times, the same within an hour of me posting it, it would be sold, and it was because of Instagram. So to close out was really scary for me, but I'm trying to do more intuitive marketing, I guess, or intentional, and maybe even like with a spiritual aspect, is not relying on social media so much, but relying more on my intuition, and honestly just being happy with the clients I have and trying to take care of them and listen to their needs. And yeah, it's just sounds maybe kind of airy fairy, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. So I am still on Facebook for the time being. Here you can see the sides with the grid, so I'm definitely going to paint over that. And yeah, I'm really happy with the way this turned out, and also my bread, it turned out great.